Hello everyone, my name is Peter. This is Better Balance with myself, obviously Peter Moss. So for today, for exercise, the only pieces of equipment that we need is a chair, ourselves, and then also some kind of cane, a stick, anything that seems a little bit longer that you can manipulate. We're basically just going to be using this to help us balance, hold ourselves. We're going to be holding it with one hand, two hands. It won't be onto the ground. So to start off with, we'll just lean this against the wall, against our chair, put it onto the ground, wherever where it's not going to get in the way. We'll be using that in a little bit. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to start off with, we're just going to warm up our body a little bit, warm up those legs, and then we'll slowly get into a little bit more core, and then we'll get into the more balancing portion. Okay, so to start off, we're just going to go with some nice fast taps. Biggest thing is just trying to increase that heart rate, get our body nice and warm, tap those feet as fast as we can, or unless it's just nice and as comfortable as you can. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Next one, we're going to go feet together, knees together, and we're just going to go single leg step out, stepping out to the side, back to the middle, side, middle, side, middle. Keep trying to open up our hips. Biggest thing for this one is make sure our knee stays over the top of our toe and we're not just stepping out and then having an internal rotation of our knee so our foot is overcompensating. Keep that knee over the top of our foot. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Next one, we're going to graduate a little bit on this one. So we're going to go feet together, knees together. Now both legs are going to step out. Same thing, just like our single leg step out, make sure the knee stays over the top of the foot. Our knees are staying in the same, pointing the same direction as our toes. Sorry about that. Biggest thing, you kind of saw me going forward and back with my upper body. Biggest thing is trying to make sure our upper body stays in one spot. Yes, there's going to be a little bit of movement up top just because our hips are opening and closing, but try to control it as much as you can so you get a little bit more exercise with our core. 3, 2, 1, back to the middle. Good. Now we're going to combine the two, challenge our brain just a little bit before we start. And now we're going to go one step to the outside, back to the middle, step out, middle, both feet out, middle, out, middle, out, middle, double out, middle, out, middle, out, middle, double out, middle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last one here, 1, and 2. Good. And relax. Good. Stretch out those legs a little bit. Next one here, we're going to have one leg going nice and straight. Just our heel is going to stay on the ground. And we're just going to kick straight leg up and down. See how my knee isn't bending when it comes right back down. It stays nice and straight up. And once again, try to have a nice big chest, keeping the upper body nice and straight up and down. 3, 2, 1. Should be feeling that kind of in the hip or even into the quad in the front. And now let's switch over to that other leg. Feel it in the hip and all across the top of the leg. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Next one, we're just going to go right back to those fast taps, keeping those legs nice and warm. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's go a nice wide stance here. We're going to go arms across our chest. We are going to come forward into our chair. Keep that wide stance with our legs. Arms across our chest. We're going to lean forward like we're just doing a crunch forward. And we're going to lean back, tap the back of the chair with our back, and come right back forward. forward and back. Really trying to keep our spine all the way straight, not trying to overcompensate, but keeping the back nice and straight when we lean forward, keeping it nice and straight when we lean back and forward. As you saw with my last one, my feet came off the ground, try to keep them planted against the floor and coming nice and forward. And back and forward. 3, 2, and last one, lean back, lean forward, and back to that center. Good, and relax. Shake our arms out a little bit. Good. This next one, we're just gonna go arms down to our sides, almost like we're gonna do a penguin. Our feet and knees come together, and we're gonna lean over to the right, lean to the left. Try to reach almost all the way to the ground. Good, keep those arms nice and straight the entire time. All the motion should be coming from our rib cage, teetering right to left. 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. Give ourselves a nice big hug here. We're gonna rotate to the right, rotate to the left, rotate and rotate, rotate and rotate. 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. Good, this next one, we're gonna come forward into the chairs just a little bit more. We're gonna go into a little bit of a sit to stand, okay? So best thing to do for this one is go feet shoulder width apart, knees staying over the top of the feet, not over the top of the toes. We don't want our knees transitioning forward over the top of them. Keep them nice and straight. Hands go across our chest. If we need a little momentum, we can lean back and come forward. Ultimately, we want to have a little lean forward so our nose over the top of our toes, and that'll help us be able to get up and stand up. If we do need a little help, don't be afraid to push off with our hands, okay? We're just gonna go with a nice easy 10 of all these sit to stands. If you need a break, don't be afraid to take a break in the middle of these, okay? It might be a little bit harder for some people, it's okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, stand up, nose over toes, standing up nice and straight. Slowly going back down, don't allow yourself to plop, and coming right back up. Good, there's 2, slowly go down, 3, and up, 4, looking good, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, we're gonna stay standing and we'll go to the back of our chairs. And 10. All right, back. Let's go to the back of our chairs. Good. Or you can also go to the counter, whichever one feels most comfortable for you. Just make sure that we have a little bit of space and we allow some room in front of us, but we still have something to hold on to with our hands. Okay, so this first one, as always, we're gonna go into our heel raise, rock back to a toe raise. Heels to toes, heels to toes. Try to get those heels in the air and toes in the air as high as you can, while also keeping our center of gravity. 3, 2, and 1. Good. This next one, we're just gonna go nice easy. Step to the side, back to the middle. Side, middle. Side, middle. Side, middle. Good. Keep alternating those steps. Side, middle, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Next one here, we're just gonna go with the step back, back to center. Step back, back to center. Back, feet together, back, feet together. Three, two, and uno. Good. Now to mess with our head a little bit, we're going to combine those two, okay? I'm actually going to switch the camera up a little bit here. Give us a little bit more room so you see my face. All right, so this one we're going to go all on one side, okay? So the first one is we're going to step to the side, back to the middle, and keep with that left leg, step back to the middle. Now we transition to the other side. Side, middle, back, middle. Switch to the other side, side, middle, back, middle. Side, middle, back, middle. Side, middle, back, middle. As always, don't be afraid to hold on to the chair, hold on to the counter, whichever way that makes you feel the most safe or safest. Side, middle, back, middle. Side, middle, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. All right, next one we're gonna go onto the side of our chair, or our one side is gonna be close to the counter or whatever is next to you that you're using, and we're basically just gonna go single leg, raise up, heel raise. The one foot's gonna be up into the air, so we can either have our knee go high, we can have our foot go backwards, whichever way feels most comfortable for you. Just make sure that foot is up into the air. The one that's on the ground, we're just gonna go with a nice heel raise. Heel raise, heel raise. As you notice, my outside leg, but the inside leg, which is the closer leg to the chair, is the one that's hovering. This will allow me to have a little bit more stabilization, be able to hold myself up to allow for an easier heel elevation. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switching over to that other side. Good. One leg up, other one's heel raise. Heel raise. Heel raise. If you feel pretty confident with this, maybe try one with our hand hovering. As you can tell, even myself is having a little trouble trying to stay into that center. This is a little bit tougher. Woo. Good. And up, and 3, 2, and 1. Good, good work. Obviously not for myself there too much. All right, so this next one, staying onto the side, we're gonna go diagonal step. So it's not gonna be directly in front, which is right there for me. It's gonna be diagonal in front, back to middle, diagonal back. So straight back looks like this, diagonal back. So we're gonna go middle, forward diagonal, middle, back diagonal, forward diagonal, back diagonal. Once you start getting really good at it, don't be afraid to skip the middle step and go just in a straight line, but it's a diagonal line. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch ourselves around, so we'll go on the other side of the chair. Once again, step diagonal, back diagonal, middle, diagonal, middle, back diagonal. So far, so good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back into that center. Good. Now we're going to use, we're going to use our canes. It's a class of chaos right now. All right. We're going to use the cane, and we're basically all we're gonna do is we're gonna go very high knee marches. Okay, we're gonna use that cane instead of the chair, something that's a little less stable, but we're gonna, if you need to, don't be afraid to keep that chair on that other side to help you balance a little better. This one, we're just focusing on trying to get those knees as high as we can. Looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hands in here together. They're nice and in front of us, okay? All we're gonna do is we're gonna go butt kick all the way to a high knee. Butt kick, forward, high knee. Butt kick, forward, high knee. Butt kick, forward, high knee. So this one I'm trying to stay on the outside so my hips actually stay in one spot. Without this, it's a lot easier to just go across our body for this, but I want us to try to dodge the cane in front of us. 2, and 1. Switch over to the other side. We're gonna go into a butt kick to a high knee. Butt kick to a high knee. Butt kick to high knee. Good, keep pushing yourselves. Every time you push yourself a little bit harder, you just get better for that next day. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. This next one, we're actually gonna hold this up. Don't be afraid to hold it with one hand if need be. All right, but I'm gonna hold this with 2 hands. So this one with the chair on my side, I'm actually gonna go forward step, reach forward, feet back, forward step with the other leg, and back. Forward step, reach forward, and back. Forward step, reach forward, and back. Get a little better visualization. I'm gonna go off to the side a little bit. Three, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. All right, this next one, we're gonna have this off into the middle, and we're gonna kind of transition left and right with our hands while our body moves left and right. So when I move over to the right, it's gonna go into my left hand. I move to the left, it's gonna go into my right hand, okay? So I'm gonna go step, reach with that other hand, the cane stays into the middle, back, side step, right there. If need be, you can have the chair in front, but if not, don't be afraid to take the chair away or the stability of the chair to the counter, and we're gonna go step in middle, step in middle. If you don't have the cane or the stick, that's okay. Just try to go do this, just moving our arm the same way I would, or you would, if you did have the cane. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. Let's put this down, either onto the ground or against the wall, and then we'll take a seat. Good, I'm gonna bend this down just slightly. Good, with this next one, we're gonna challenge the brain just a little bit more, okay? So the first one, we're gonna go reaching across our body, opposite arm reaches down to the ground. You'll see it when I go the other way. Reach across, hand down, back to middle. Reach across, hand down, reach across, hand down. Try to remember this motion, okay? It's gonna help you with the next exercise. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so with this next one, we're gonna kick one leg out. We're gonna start with that leg circle. Okay, keep that leg nice and straight. Challenge the hip. Keep that circle going. You'll probably see my circle kind of get a little wonky around here, turning it into a triangle. So now we're gonna have our hands in the center. We're gonna go reach across, hand down. reach across, hand down, reach across, hand down. Try to find that rhythm. Find one spot in your apartment or wherever you are that's not moving so you can keep that consistency and really focus on this coordination exercise. 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. All right, next one here, we're gonna go heel raise, but one heel is gonna go up, the opposite toe is gonna go up. So as you can see, this foot right here, the toe is gonna be up, and this foot right here, the heel is gonna be up. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna flip and flop. So they're just trading positions. One toe, one heel, one toe, one heel. Good, stand up nice and straight. Good. With our arms, while we're still doing the flip-flops with our legs, one arm's gonna stay down, other one's gonna go up. Now every time our feet change positions, our arms are gonna change. So as you can see, my feet slow down a little bit. This way my arms can catch up. If they didn't, I'd be going super fast. So don't be afraid to slow it down and find that coordination, get that rhythm going. It should be challenging. It's the only reason why I threw it in here. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. All right, we're gonna grab onto those canes again. All right, we're gonna hold these into our chest, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna dip down one way, back to center. Dip down the other, back to center. Trying to keep our feet planted onto the ground, while also dipping our rib cage side to side. Side to side. Good, and relax. Now come forward into those chairs. We're gonna hold this into our chest. We're gonna lean back like we just did a crunch. Coming forward, reaching forward. Back into the chest. Lean back, lean forward, reach forward. Back and forward. Four, 3, 2, last one here all the way back. Hold it for a second. Good. Embrace your core. Try to hold it as much as you can. Once you can't, reach forward. Good, and relax. All right, next one here, using our cane. This one's gonna be a tough little core exercise. Arms are gonna stay straight. The cane, I'm gonna actually lean into the bar or lean into the cane, and I'm gonna raise my legs. So the more I lean into the bar, the easier it's gonna be. And we're just gonna raise up, raise up. As you should feel your core brace all by itself when you try to raise those knees up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, last round with us standing up. Let's get up. Let's put these canes over to the side. We're not going to use them in a second. We're not going to use them for this last little bit. Move this back just a slight tad. Good. So with this one, all we're going to do is we're basically just going to stand in one spot, but I want you to find that center, and all I want you to do is just try to stand up nice and straight, and we're going to close our eyes, okay? So you're going to embrace the little bit of wobbles that you're going to have, but I want you to try to keep standing straight up, all right? Ready? Eyes closed in 3, 2, 1, eyes closed. Focus on your breathing. Embrace you wobbling left to right, forward, back a little bit. Just try to keep that center. As you can tell, well, actually, your eyes are closed. My hands come off the chair a little bit. Try to challenge yourself a little bit. If you feel a little bit more wobbly, just put those hands down against the chair and find that center again and close those eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes open. Great job so far. All right. Now from here, we're going to go tandem stance. So one foot is in front of the other. So I go heel toe, stand nice and straight. I even out my weight, so as you can tell, my weight was in my back leg mostly for the first one. Now I transition it forward just slightly, so now I go 50% in the back, 50% in the front. Good. And we're just going to close our eyes just like we did on the last one with standing normal. But I want to set first to find that center. Good. We're going to close our eyes in 3, 2, 1, eyes closed. Embrace that wobble. Don't be afraid to keep one hand or maybe both hands onto that chair. Try to challenge yourself if you're holding on to both hands. Just only use one. If you're using one, try to alternate or tap your hands up and down on that chair. And if you're already doing that, don't be afraid to take your hands slightly off the chair and hover your hands as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, eyes open, and now we'll trade our feet. So other foot in front of the other foot. Make sure 50-50%. All right, eyes closed in 3, 2, 1, eyes closed. Find that center again. Keep holding. Legs should be getting tired by now, so this might be a little bit tougher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's take a seat. We're going to go into a little bit of stretching. So with this one here, we're just going to go ankle up towards our knee, just like we're just kind of relaxing, lounging. But instead of doing this, if we are already getting a stretch here, don't be afraid to keep our knee right there. But if we want a little extra stretch, push that knee that's elevated towards the ground. If you want a little bit extra stretch, lean into that knee. You're going to feel that into that hip. Okay? And we're going to hold that stretch for a little bit. If you're starting to feel like that hip is getting a little bit aggravated, don't be afraid to stop, relax, or even just take a little pressure off that knee, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. We're going to bring that same knee up towards our chest, and all we're going to do is just go with ankle circles. I'm sure everybody's doing super great right now, so just keep up. We're just in the back stretch of everything. The light is right in front of us, almost the ending. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's bring that other ankle up towards our knee. Once again, if we're feeling that stretch already, don't be afraid to just sit right there, hold that stretch. If not, push that knee towards the ground, a little bit extra stretch, lean into that knee. I really want you to feel that stretch all up in that hip. It's going to help with our hips later on. As long as we keep stretching every day, it's definitely one of those things we want to try to adopt. Good. Hold that stretch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Bring that knee up towards our chest, just like we did on the opposite one. And now we're going to go ankle circles. Well, 1 for 1s here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Thank you all for joining me for Better Balance. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. If this is on after Thanksgiving, have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye-bye.